I'm Sharon, and this is episode 338 of the Knit Style Podcast. Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 338. I am so glad that you're here joining me today. I hope that you all had a wonderful Mother's Day. I did. I had a great Mother's Day. It was very low-key. It's just my husband, my son, and I living at home. Our daughter lives out of state. So we just had a relaxing day. We were going to go to a cupcake festival, but it was cold and rainy, and it's outside, and I can't really eat cupcakes. So we decided to go out to lunch at our favorite restaurant, and we had a blast. We had a great time at the restaurant. It was fantastic. So I hope everything was great by you. So I have a lot to show you today. I have a pretty good sized shop update. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to show you what I've been knitting. Spoiler alert, it's socks. I've been knitting on socks nonstop. That's going to change as soon as I finish this pair that I have on the needles, and I'm almost done with them. So stay tuned next show, and I'll have more to show, different types of knitting to show you. But I'm kind of on a sock kick right now. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about needle organization, and I'm going to show you how I've been organizing my needles for quite some time now, and I need to sit down and reorganize them. I periodically organize my crafting supplies a lot. Like, I'd say once a month I go through my active things that I work with and organize them. My needles I haven't touched in a while. So I'm going to kind of show you how I manage my needles. When you do a lot of knitting, as I'm sure all of you are watching, you're all knitters, you have a lot of projects, your needles tend to go out into the ether and disappear. At least mine do. So I have a way of keeping track of them. I tried writing it down. That doesn't work for me. So I'll show you how I kind of keep track of them, and hopefully I haven't lost any in a long time. I shouldn't have, because I don't usually take them out of the house unless they're on a project. Anyway, so let's go and start with the shop update. So I have a bag and yarn combination for the first time in a very long time, and bags and yarn matching combinations are back starting this week. So half of my update is kitty cat related. This time of year I like to dye kitty cat colors, and I have the cutest bag. So isn't this pretty? It has all the different types of cats on it, or like the different colors of mostly American short hairs. So there's a Siamese, there is a tabby, there's an orange tabby, there's a black and white, there's a black. Look at that Siamese right there. So cute. And I dyed some skeins to match. So I matched the bag color and the cat. I tried to match some of the cat colors. And yeah, look at the speckles on that. Right there. I think it came out really, really nice. So I have this, and I have the bag and the yarn as a combination, and I also have the yarn by itself. So yeah, that's on my website right now if you're interested. This next color is a very popular color that I've done in the past, and I love it. I think it would make a gorgeous sweater. This is Russian Blue. And this color, it's a gray, but it has like a very slight blue tint to it. Interestingly, the bag has a Russian blue on it. If you, like right here. Wait, where is he? He's right here. That's the Russian blue on the bag. So, they're just a very, very pretty cat with a gray coat that has sometimes a bluish hue. So, yeah. Russian blue. This one is Seal Point, and I changed this one up a little bit this year. I added in the blue eyes. So a Seal Point Siamese is a Siamese cat that has this light brown coat with black tipped ears, and they have blue eyes. So I added in a little blue to the yarn to reflect that. This is Seal Point. So I don't know about you guys, but my children, Rich and I, we send each other pet memes all the time on Instagram. Well, Em sees them on Twitter, and Troy, Richie, and I see them on Instagram, and we send a lot of cat memes to each other. I sent Rich sent me a bunch today. He sent me one with a crow. That was really cool. Anyway, so we always laugh when we come up with an orange cat one, and I think on the internet, orange cats have the reputation of being, orange tabbies have the reputation of being a little crazy. So I'm calling this one, like the internet calls it, Orange Cat Energy. So this is Orange Cat Energy, and I love how it came out. I think it is very pretty. And I think I'm going to call this cat bag Cat Memes because we send them to each other all day long. It's so funny. Also Yorkie memes. And you know why, I'm sure. Because we have a Yorkie, in case you didn't know. I also have some one-of-a-kind skeins. So I did some mini skeins this week. They're tonal minis this week. And I'm continuing the theme of Moon Garden for my tonal minis. And I had some leftover dye, and I threw some full skeins in. So these are full skeins, and they are very deep in color. So I'm calling these Fathom. So they're a really deep tonal sea green, as you can see. And I love how they came out. I think they are very, very pretty. But I only have these two. So if you're interested in Fathom, let me know. If you love it, I'm pretty sure I know the formula. I can probably recreate Fathom. But, you know, it's definitely, I had some dye. And I actually, what happened was, I knew it was going to be too dark for the minis. So I threw in full skeins. And it definitely would have been too dark for the minis, but it came out really nice on the full skeins. So this is Fathom. So last week I did a Moon Garden theme, and I had full skeins and some mini skeins, variegated skeins that were themed after my garden in the moonlight. So I decided to do some tonal skeins that had the same kind of theme because I was just feeling it. So here they are. I think they came out amazing. I absolutely love them. I'll tell you the names of them in a minute. But I think they came out really, really pretty. Okay, so let's start with this one. So this one is a mossy green. So I'm calling this one Midnight Moss. This one reminds me of when we were on the cruise ship and how the water looked at night. It's this like really deep teal blue, and I think I called it Midnight Caribbean or Caribbean Midnight. I'm not really sure, but I love this color. Okay. This one, Ripe Raspberries. This one is Moonlight Swim, because it reminds me of when we go in the pool in the middle of the night. We've done that. And this one is, let's see, I think it's Starlight Dreams. So here they all are. I think they came out awesome. It's kind of hard to show them all at once, but I'm trying. Yeah, there we go. Whoop. They're super pretty. I'm really happy with them. So I have those in the shop and everything that I just showed you available. Okay, and really quick, I took off my microphone so I could show you what I'm wearing. I threw on my Stephen West Vertices Unite shawl, and I'm going to put the microphone down so I can show it to you. So this was knit with Plucky Knitter, and it's really nice. I made kind of like a medium size, and it's a little bit hard to wear. I find asymmetrical shawls a little difficult to wear, but if I put them kind of around my neck from the front, it's working a little better. I'll show you. If I do that, it's not too bad. And it's beautiful. It's really cute. Okay, what I have been knitting. I finished my mustache Mando and Little G socks. I love how they came out. I think they are really, really pretty. And they fit perfect. And I haven't worn them yet because I wanted to show them to you first. So, yeah. This yarn is by Mustache Yarns, and The put-up comes in 2 small 50-gram skeins so you can knit matching socks. Okay, and then, okay, so the second pair of socks I've been working on is this pair by Mustache, and these are called Stolen Lilacs Smell the Best. And I still have lilacs in my yard. I just cut some and put them on my coffee table, and they're really, really pretty. I didn't steal any this year. I've been known to steal them, but I didn't steal any. So there's a corporate place down the street that I used to go and cut a couple, but I have them in my yard now, so I don't have to do that anymore. So this is the second one. I am at the heel. I'm in the middle of the Fish Lips Kiss heel. So I want to make sure it doesn't fall off the needles. I was at a doctor's appointment this morning at 8 in the morning with Rich. Everything's fine. But we never, ever are out of the house that early. I'm usually having breakfast at 8 in the morning. We were in the doctor's office before 8, and I had these in my purse, and they came off, the stitches came off the needle, and I had to fix some of this Fish Lips Kiss heel. And it's tricky to fix. I had to tank back to fix it, but it's fixed. But these are so pretty. I love the colors. Look how beautiful. They're just gorgeous. So, yeah. That's what I've been working on. So, as soon as this sock is finished, I will have almost 20 pairs in my drawer. Not that that will stop me. So, I'm going to move on to something else because I have a sweater to finish. And I have a shawl on the needles, a lace shawl that I love, and I'd like to get back to it. So stay tuned. Next episode. Speaking of mustache yarns, I wound my next sock because I will always have a sock, especially when I'm out. I like having socks on the needles. So here is my next cast on. This is Mustache Yarns in the Over the Garden Wall color. I know this is a fandom. I think my daughter knows about it. I don't know much about it, but it's based on a fandom, I think. Over the Garden Wall. And today I got in my May the 4th order from Mustache. She does Star Wars colorways every May the 4th, and she had a new one for Ahsoka, based on Ahsoka, and I ordered an older color that I already knit, but I gave the socks away, and I love the color, so I reordered it. I'm going to show you those right now. So here's my little thank you from Mustache, and she wraps in this really pretty brown paper. And let's unwrap these, shall we? So this one, okay, I need my glasses. Let's see. I love this color. Again, I already knit this up for M. This is Defender of the Home Tree, and it's a Yoda reference. And the next one this is named Ahsoka. She usually doesn't name them after characters, but she did with this one. And Rich and I are huge fans of the show Ahsoka. There is a cartoon version and a live-action version. We like the live-action version. I haven't seen the cartoon version. And you might say to me, wow, maybe you should knit a pair of socks for your husband. And I would say, no, because he won't wear them. So these are for me. And these are for me. My daughter has a pair of these. And it's funny because when I had this color out and I was knitting with it, and people would just compliment me and they'd say, that color is really pretty. And I'm like, I know. And this color, I am a sucker for grays with pops. So this is right up my alley, and lime green is one of my favorite colors. So I'm very excited about these. So I have a pile of mustache yarn socks right next to me, and I'm videoing it with my phone. So you can see some of the colors that are up in my rotation next. And I probably will save the Star Wars ones for when I go to Disney in the fall. And then my next cast on will be this one, which is Dark Side of the Moon Extended Play Version. So, super fun. Okay, so this brings us to the topic of this video, and that is my needle organization. So for many, many years, I have had my needles in these. And they're just a simple accordion file that you can get in Target, Walmart, whatever. And I have them labeled. I need to redo this whole thing. I read somewhere that if you have a space and you count how many times you go into that space per week, that is how many times a year you should organize that space. I don't remember where I heard this. It was on one of the organization videos I was watching. But, for example, if you have a pantry, which I have a pantry, I go in the pantry every day, 7 days a week. That means I should be organizing that pantry 7 times a year. Do I do that? No. I organize it. Hey, I organize it twice a year. Once or twice a year. That's not too bad. My pantry would be pristine, but Rich and Troy mess it up. Rich does all the food shopping, and he just, when he puts the food away, I shouldn't complain because he does the food shopping, but he like puts it away and doesn't put it away where how I have things organized. So anyway, I have to reorganize it. But so these, on the little tabs, I wrote down what size. Starting with zeros. I used to knit socks on zeros. I no longer do. I knit them on ones. I need to take look at all the needles in there. I need to take all these out and reorganize them. These are all my 32s. So I have my 32-inch needles in here. And the thickest that I have, I don't even think I have a slot for the thickest. I don't use thick needles very often. Maybe I have 10s or 11s. I think 11s is like the highest that I have. I need to redo this. But, yeah, and it works pretty well. So I have all my 24 inches in this one, color-coded. I know the black one is the 24s. And, again, I have them. You can see the tabs with the names of the needles. I have some other types mixed in here, like flex sticks, which I never use. So I don't like the joins on them. I don't know. So, the type of needle I use. At this point, in my knitting life, I have different types of needles in here. I only, see, they're all out. Hold on. So this is how I manage my needles on a day-to-day basis. You know, when I finish a project or I'm swatching or whatever, you know, you got needles all over the place. So what I do is I put them in this cute little bag that Donna had made. And I have this bag in my knitting basket next to my chair. And I call it my needle roundup bag. So when I'm not using a needle, I just throw it in here, and then I know I can organize it later on into here. So I have a whole bunch in here right now. And also in here, I have a needle sizer. So if I have a loose escapee, I can size it. So this is a Haya. Oh, how about that? First try, it's a 7. So, yeah. That is how I sort of loosely keep track of everything. So, I mean, it's a mess. So I need to go through here, and I probably will today. I will, or at some, maybe not today, because I'm busy today, but at some point in the next few days, since I'm going to be possibly starting something new that's not a sock, these all need to get organized because my sweater needles are probably all in here and whatnot. So what I do is I keep, this one is actually in its little sleeve, so I keep the sleeve in here, and sometimes the needles will be just out. Most of these are in their sleeve though. I must have recently put them all in. But yeah, I put the sleeve in and then the loose needles, and then I'll organize them all and then put them away periodically. So this is the kind of needle that I exclusively use. I only use Addi Rockets. Well, for socks I use Addi Turbos because the rocket tips are a little bit too pointy for me. So I like the Addi Turbos for socks. That's what these are. And they have blue cords now, and I like the blue cords the best. I think the joins are the best. Sometimes you get one, the join isn't that great, but I like, see, the point isn't like crazy because I'll just poke a hole in my finger if it's too pointy. So a bigger needle, so this is a 5. This is a, I like the rockets. So for the larger circumference needle, I use the rockets. This is a size 532. So I use 32s mostly for sleeves and socks. For knitting magic loop, 32 inch. And the 24s, I'll use a 24 for a shawl or a sweater in the round or a cowl. Someone was telling me that they were knitting the Land of Sweets cowl, and you only need a 24 for that, and it'll just slide. You don't need to magic loop for that. So I use 24s for that, and that's pretty much all I use. I don't like them any longer or any shorter. I have very few that are longer, like 40s are just a little bit too long. The 32s are a sweet spot for me for magic loop. Yeah, so that's how it goes. Double points, I have some double points, but I tend not to use those. I can knit with double points, but I mostly choose to magic loop. So probably for the top of a hat, double points would be better, but I don't have enough sizes for double points, so I magic loop everything, basically. Once I started knitting on magic loop, I just didn't stop. Now, some people swear by double points that it's faster. It probably is. But I don't know. All that pokey. I just find magic loop a little more streamlined for me. Plus, if I'm on a plane, if I drop a needle, it's not going to go anywhere. But if I drop a double point, I could never see it again. That would be terrible. So, yep, Addy Turbos for socks, Addy Rockets for everything else. And that's pretty much all I use. I will occasionally, this is a Haya Haya. I don't like them as well, but I will use them if I have to. I don't like the sharps. They're very pointy. I think this is a sharp Haya Haya. Maybe this is a dull. I'm not really sure. I prefer the dull ones. So, yeah. Anyway. I have one set of interchangeable Haya Hayas, and I like those. They're just the regular Haya Hayas. And I'll use those for hats if I knit a hat. But I generally don't knit hats. And I don't care for interchangeables because they come unscrewed on me. No matter what I do. I can use the rubber tips to screw them in. They come unscrewed. And that drives me bananas. If I'm knitting along and they come unscrewed and the stitches fall off, I can't stand it. So I am much more secure with a fixed circular than I am with an interchangeable. Some people say the Addy clicks are really nice. I would have to try them though, and I don't know. I'd have to try, and they're expensive. So I'm fine with what I have. But that's what I do. I basically have my needles all organized in these. And then when I'm sitting in my chair, rather than, getting up and putting them away, I put them in here. And then I'll put them away I put them all away at a later date. And that works for me because I'm lazy. When I'm sitting in my chair and I finish a project, I'm tired. I don't want to go put it away right away. But I don't mind, once a month organizing all my needles from here and putting them back away in my system. So I need to just redo this whole system though. I need to reorganize and make sure everybody's in their own sleeve. So my question to you is, how do you organize your needles? Because I don't know about you, I have so much crafting supplies, and I go through them at least once a year. All my crafting, like it's due now. Like everything back here behind me, I think I'm going to take an hour every day and just go through everything and maybe destash stuff I'm not using, because I like to know what I have, and I like organizing. It's kind of fun. And right now things are a little out of hand up here, so I'm going to do some reorganizing. So how do you organize your needles? How do you organize your craft supplies? Do you have a system? The yarn I dye goes in here. I have. And it usually doesn't stick around too long. I don't keep a lot of inventory of yarn. I don't have racks and racks. I dye enough, and if I need to dye more, I can. I yeah, that's how I keep it manageable. I actually have some yarns that I have purchased so to try and experiment with dyeing. I have some interesting bases that I might offer. I'll, dye them and offer them up as a special, like one of a kind, because I do have some stray skeins here and there that I need to do something with. So, yeah, let me know. What do you guys do? Do you have any tips for me? I would love to hear. I'm asking you for advice. Okay, that is all that I have for today. I hope that you guys are enjoying the spring weather. It is raining here in New York. It has rained all spring, so I'm hoping the summer is going to be better because I want to be outside in the evening with my campfire in front of my beautiful pool with my garden in the moonlight. Hence all the moonlight yarn I've been dyeing lately. Okay, so in the meantime, knit something beautiful and cheers!